Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
The game, Jeremy McWilliams, remember the name.
What's up, guys? So I'm back with another review slash ride along slash day in the life type video. Except instead of Uber Eats, today I'm gonna do Postmates. Right now it is 11:03 on Wednesday, October the 3rd. So, go into my little Postmates app right here, and once it focuses, all you do to go online is press go online. Pretty straightforward. But I'm gonna show you guys something real quick. I think all this week they're doing these promotions, so like it shows right here, it says now until 2 p.m. $3, and if you click on that, it gives you $3 extra per delivery from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and like I showed you guys, it is 11:03, so I'm gonna go from 11 until 1:30, which should hit pretty much the entire lunch hour, and we'll see how much we can make. Obviously, if we do get some deliveries right off the bat, it's going to be more than Uber because we're getting paid $3 extra per delivery because of the bonus or promotion that they're running right now. But obviously, if you guys want to compare the two, just take away the $3 extra per delivery, and then you can compare it to the Uber Eats video that I did. You can compare the deliveries. In my experience, lunchtime and dinner time are pretty close as far as the amount of orders that you will receive. But the reason I'm doing lunch is because it's just a lot easier to film during the day. I'm gonna go back in the app real quick and hit go online. So now we can start receiving orders. 30 minutes later. It is now 11:35 and we still don't have a single order yet. I don't know what's going on. Usually, honestly, I haven't done Postmates in like 2 weeks, but last time I did it during lunch, from like 11 to 2, it was pretty consistent with the orders. So I'm looking at the app right now to make sure that I'm still online, and it says I am, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully again, we get an order soon, and maybe it's because they're doing the promotion and there's just way too many people trying to do it right now and there's not enough orders to go around. That's probably what's happening. We'll see. Hey, finally got an order at 12:02. So all you gotta do is, you see the little timer going down? You can see with the restaurant Hooters, and then once that goes to the bottom, the order will disappear, or you can click skip at the top. But if you want to accept it, you just click on it, and then boom, it tells you where to go. I'm actually right next to Hooters, so I can walk right over there. But all you have to do if you did need directions is press this little green box right here with the arrow. It will take you to your GPS, and then you just hit go. So like I said, I'm right next to Hooters, so I'm driving like a whole 10 feet to go pick this thing up. Alright, once you get to the restaurant, wherever you're picking the food up, slide up right here, and it shows you the order number, customer's name, and then it tells you if it's been paid for or not, which it's always nice if it has been paid for because it saves you time. This one has, if you want to see what the order is, click right here, and then it will show you exactly what the order is so that you can double check it. So I'm gonna run inside, grab that, and I'll be back. Alrighty then, that took forever. Pretty much everything about Uber Eats I don't like. If you watched my review video, you know why I'm not a big fan of Uber Eats, but I will say one thing I do like about them is the majority of the time that you go to pick up an Uber Eats order, it's almost always ready or really close to being ready. This order is now 12:32 and I'm just picking it up. I think I walked into Hooters, I don't know, you guys can see in the video because I showed you the time, but it had to be like 30 minutes ago. So waiting 30 minutes for a order is crazy. Definitely usually doesn't take that long, but I mean, you really don't know. I mean, it's tough to say. Sometimes you get lucky, it's ready, but or sometimes it's not. Now that we do have the order right here, I'm gonna go to the app, and I already double checked the drinks. We got 2 drinks, the Mountain Dew and the passion fruit lemonade, which are sitting right next to me. And then on top of that, we got chips and queso, 10-piece naked wings with curly fries, and that's it. So let's see what we got. I just double checked everything. Like I was talking about in my Uber Eats little review video, I love when the restaurants give you a receipt or something so you can double check you got everything right. I don't like opening up the food containers and checking for the food because I wouldn't want random people doing that to my food. But sometimes you have to just open it up real quick, take a peek what's in there, and that's it. Open it, peek in, make sure it looks right, and then close. I definitely don't touch the food for sure. I don't even like opening it up, but sometimes you have to make sure it's there. But I'm glad I did. Like I showed you guys at the bottom, it said to add curly fries, and what do you know, there's no curly fries. So now we gotta go back inside, waste some more time. Ooh, good times. Alright, just got back. At least that time was really quick. Got the fries. I walked in and she pretty much already knew she forgot them, so grabbed them for me real quick, got those. And now, once you pick everything up and you make sure you got all the items, click on that little picked up button right there, and then complete pickup. And then it's gonna tell you where you gotta go. So once again, you just hit that little green box right there. It'll switch over your GPS, and then boom. Alright, thankfully that was a super easy drop off. So once you drop it off, see right there at the bottom where it says confirm drop off, slide that up and then click on, obviously if the customer isn't there you can hit nobody available, but since they were, hit delivered to customer, and then at the bottom click complete drop off, and boom, right there it tells you delivery complete, you earned $5.68 before tip. Huh, I wonder if that's plus the $3, because if it is, that is beyond awful considering that took almost an hour. Says earn an extra $3 for every completed delivery. Deliveries accepted, blah blah blah. The bonus will be applied instantly. I think that means that was including the extra $3, which doesn't really make any sense at all to me. Alright, so that's when we accepted. 12:03 is when I accepted the order. And like I told you guys, I was right next to Hooters. And look what time it is now. I just dropped it off. 12:52. I don't see wait time. 15 minutes, not quite, more like 40 minutes. Not sure how they got the 15 minutes, but yeah, I don't see anything about an extra $3, so I'll try and figure that out later and show you guys. Alright, so I figured out the bonus thing. The reason it didn't give me the extra $3 is because, let me zoom out a little bit, I'm in at like the very, very top of the Orlando zone. You can see Orlando right here. I'm at like the very top. You see the lines right there? Well, apparently you have to be in this zone right here to get the extra $3 per order, which I couldn't really be much closer to it, but if you zoom in, I'm still technically in the zone right below. Which kind of sucks, obviously, but for this video it doesn't really matter. It's actually better because now you can see like what a legit average lunch day would be like. One thing I like more about Postmates, I will say, than Uber, the order we had today at Hooters was pretty terrible because it took forever. The pay was pretty crappy, but usually the order is not quite that bad. Usually the restaurant doesn't take that long. And I will say the majority of the time, maybe like definitely above 50% of the time, the customer does tip you. Whereas Uber, it's like, it's a really low chance you're getting tipped for whatever reason. Uber, it's like, in my experience, it's like 10% of the time you get tipped. I would say with Postmates, probably around 50% of the time you get tipped. And the But aside from that, the pay, just like the general pay per order, is like a tiny bit more than Uber. But the actual amount of deliveries that you are offered is definitely usually a little bit lower than Uber as well. So, and honestly, from lunch to dinner time, in my experience with Postmates, I wouldn't really say there's too much of a difference as far as the amount of orders that they offer you. At the beginning of the video, I said maybe we won't get too many offers because there's probably a lot more people driving because of the bonus. But now that I figured out I'm not even in the bonus area and I've still only got one order in a little over 2 hours, that just goes to show you it's super unpredictable how much you could possibly make from one day to the next. So it is 1:27 right now, and I was just about to call it a wrap for lunch, but I'm parked at a 7-Eleven because I came in here to get a drink and I was throwing stuff away. I was walking over to the trash can and I just got another order, which ironically is for another 7-Eleven. That's one unique thing about Postmates. You definitely don't get 7-Eleven orders with Uber, but I have got quite a few with Postmates. Alright, so this is what the order says. This order is prepaid and packed by the 7-Eleven team. Please ask cashier for assistance and provide customer name and order number. I've never seen a 7-Eleven Postmates order come in like that. If you click on view item, you can see that's all it shows you. So usually when 7-Eleven orders come in, it'll be just like a normal order. You'll click on view items, it'll say what the customer wants. I think the last time I got a 7-Eleven order, it was for Dayquil and NyQuil. So I went in there, grabbed some Dayquil, some NyQuil, took it right down the road, and the guy actually tipped me a couple bucks. So you definitely, like I said, you don't get those orders with Uber or DoorDash. But I've got quite a few 7-Eleven orders with Postmates, none of them quite like this. Anyways though, enough rambling. It's 1:29. This is definitely probably gonna be the last order. I wish it was the 7-Eleven that I'm right in front of. That's right over there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, right over there. I'm parked right in front or right next to one. Unfortunately it's not. So we'll click on the GPS again because I have no idea where the 7-Eleven's at. And it is not focused. There we go. It's 8 minutes away.
Starting route to 4955 H.E. Thomas Jr. Parkway.
Let's roll.
Head south.
Alright, we just got to 7-Eleven. Can't see anything because of the sun. Let's go see what this order is. I just went into the 7-Eleven and man, this has been a bizarre day. Like I showed you guys, it didn't say what I was picking up, but I walked in and there was a 7-Eleven rep standing there. She asked me if I was the Postmates guy and I said yes, and she said 7-Eleven just started something new starting today called, I think it's called 7 Now. So it's like pretty much a 7-Eleven delivery service, but they just started it right now, and I was the very first order for this particular 7-Eleven store. So they're doing like a test run, I guess, with the delivery drivers. I don't know if they do it through more than just Postmates or what, but the test run was for a pizza, which, since it's just a test run, it's not a real customer. She said just to keep the pizza, and in the app, if it was a legit order, just like the Hooters order, you would obviously double check it, but I already showed you guys. I'm guessing that's probably the lady's name right there, the 7-Eleven rep. But anyways, you press picked up after you checked, but so you'd press picked up and then complete pickup. Let's see how this works out. And she said do not deliver it there because she just put the address of another pizza place. So normally, like I showed you guys, you would hit this little green button right there, and then it would take you to your GPS, Google Maps, whatever you use. But since I told you guys, like I said, it's a little test run. Yeah, she said just to keep the pizza, mark it as delivered, and that will pop up because the GPS can tell obviously if you're at the right drop-off location, but since there's not a real drop-off location, hopefully it will let me complete it anyways and I don't have to drive all the way over there. Oh, but it looks like I might actually have to drive all the way over there. That kinda sucks, cause let's see how far away this is. Alright, it's 5 minutes away, so I'll just drive there real quick. Alright guys, man, I'm so frustrated right now. It's 1:59, as you can see, which means I'm about to hit this little button in the top corner and click on go offline. I'm gonna do that right now actually. So I'm gonna hit go offline, which means I'm done for right now. And that's it. Oh, there we go, finally showed up. Alright, I was about to say, I drove to the pizza place, which is right over there. It was only 5 minutes away, but it wouldn't let me complete the delivery unless I was in the right location, which is cool, it makes sense. But I drove here, I clicked on the little complete delivery button, and then nothing happened. It just acted like I didn't even complete a delivery. And I've been sitting here for probably close to, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, and it finally just showed up. So I was about to say, I was trying to figure out how to contact like Postmates support or something through their app, which with DoorDash it's really easy. I think it's really easy with Uber too, but I've been looking for like close to 10 minutes and I cannot find anywhere in the app that you can contact support to help you with something like not getting paid for an order. But thankfully I don't have to worry about that now because it just showed up. Let me show you the grand total. It's now 2 p.m., which means we started right at 11. So 11 to 2, that's 3 hours. That's like pretty much the whole lunch hour, I'd say. So if you want to see how much you made for this particular shift, go into your app and click on your little picture in the top left. And scroll down a little bit. Click on deliveries. And then you can see, anyways, obviously you guys saw, and you can see on the box, that last delivery was a 7-Eleven delivery, so I'm not sure why it's showing Chick-fil-A. But you can see the Hooters delivery that we did at 12:03 and didn't actually get out of Hooters with the food and drinks until I think it was around 12:50. Made $5.68 from that order. If you want to see more about the order, you just click on it and then it will break it down for you. So it tells you the distance, which I believe is from the restaurant to the customer. Wait time, which I said something about earlier, wasn't even close to right. It was closer to 45 minutes wait time. So this whole order took almost an hour for a grand total of $5.68, which obviously is horrible pay. Looks like we didn't get tipped for this one, but the nice lady at the 7-Eleven did tip us, which is sweet. So $5.28 and free pizza for that order. I would say that's pretty good. Also, I don't really drink much pop these days, but I did get a free Pepsi from Hooters because she accidentally, the first time around, gave me tried to give me a Pepsi instead of a Mountain Dew. So she just asked me if I wanted it. I said, yeah, maybe I'll give it to someone. But so all in all, for 3 hours of work, we made a grand total of $10.96. So this was definitely a slower day than the average weekday at lunchtime. But that just goes to show you, it's really inconsistent and it's really hard to predict what the day is going to be like. So if you're trying to do something like Uber Eats or Postmates or DoorDash full-time, it's pretty risky. It's really inconsistent from day to day, and it's pretty much impossible to predict what you'll be able to make for that day. Because just because you're logged into the app, you could be logged in all day, you could be online all day, but you still might only get a couple hours. So even if you're technically, you could say on call, it doesn't matter. You still might get barely any orders and therefore make barely any money. So unless you want to be living on a street corner in a cardboard box, it's I would say it's pretty hard to be dependent on something like a DoorDash or a Uber Eats or a Postmates as your sole source of income. But just because it's slow in my area, which I showed you guys earlier in the video, is like the greater Orlando area in Florida. It might be faster in your area. You might live in LA or in New York or something, and maybe Postmates is popping there and you're just getting orders left after right. And if you live somewhere like that, maybe not New York or LA because of the cost of living, but you get what I'm saying. Maybe somewhere that you just get a lot more orders. Maybe in a place like that, it might be make a little more sense as doing it as a full-time job. Even then, it's a little sketchy because it's just so unpredictable. And I mean, it's really all just luck. You have no idea, like when you show up to a restaurant, like you guys saw at Hooters, if the food's gonna be ready or if you'll have to wait forever. If you do have to wait forever, there are some tips and some stuff you'll learn as you guys go. Like if you have to wait too long, you can cancel the order because it's not gonna be worth it. Obviously, you saw we made what, like $6 from that order, and the whole thing took about an hour. So $6 an hour, not too good. So if you do want to try it and you really don't have that much to lose aside from your time, the interview application process for Postmates, if you even want to call it that, is really quick. You pretty much give them a little bit of information. I think you send them a picture of the front and back of your driver's license. As long as you have a legit driver's license and you have a car, you pretty much get approved. So and it's pretty quick. I think they either approve me that day or the next day, and then they send you a little activation kit. I think that's what they call it, or maybe that's what DoorDash calls it. But either way, they send you this little black Postmates insulated bag. Then they also send you this little black Postmates debit card that you have to use for some orders. Some orders are already paid for through the app, like the Hooters order was. But sometimes you just have to go there and pay for it, and then you take a picture. I wish I could have showed you guys, but we didn't have any of those orders today. So if you do get those orders, you have to take a picture of the receipt, and then you do that in the app, and then you upload it real quick, and then you put the order total, and then you submit it, and then it lets you, and then it gives you the directions to wherever the customer is. So anyways, that's just one extra step that sometimes you got to do with Postmates on a few of the orders, which it only adds like, you know, a minute to your total time. Unfortunately, we didn't have too many orders in this video, but you guys did get to see a little bit of the process, and you did see that's kind of what an average weekday is like. Like I keep saying, you just never know what you're gonna get. Some days are gonna be a lot better than others, but it's not really something I think that is viable as a full-time job because it's just not consistent at all. So anyways, if I had to rank the three, I've done all of them for, I'd probably say, I don't know, probably like 50 deliveries or more with each. If I had to rank them 1 to 3, 1 being the best, 3 being the worst, for sure, DoorDash would be number 1, Postmates would be number 2, and Uber would be number 3. But like I also keep saying, in your area it might be different, so don't be afraid to try them, test them out, let me know what you think, and yeah, if you got any questions or comments about Postmates, drop them below. I'll do my best to help you guys out with your questions. If not, I'll see you in the next video. If you're interested in hearing about DoorDash, stay tuned to my channel because I'm going to do that video coming up soon. I'll probably do lunchtime again for that one. I'll pick a weekday, do lunchtime, and yeah, so if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. If not, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next video. And as always, stay limitless.
Take a shot, you got everything you'll ever need. You fought, you're not gonna let up on the speed. Those knots that got you are only make-believe. Those